Hi, I'm Andy Garcia, and I'm here in support of Heartbeat of a Planet, where the music lives.
Hey, I'm Phil.
And I'm Erin, and this is Heartbeat of a Planet.
Stay tuned.
Loving this language as a universal tongue moves as a melody through the hearts of everyone. Sing from your soul the spirit that we share. Magical music spreading power everywhere. Let your body move, pulsing with the groove. Everybody's dancing through the heartbeat of a planet. Heartbeat of a planet. Let your body move, pulsing with the groove. Everybody's dancing through the heartbeat of a planet.
That's right, it's Thursday. I'm Phil.
And I'm Erin, and this is Heartbeat of a Planet. And today we're here with Tim Davis. Welcome, Tim.
Thank you.
How's it going, Tim?
Glad to be here. Thank you.
So you're going to play us a song to start with?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. This is Fire, guys. Back in a second.
And he's laying on the ground, can't get up, now his folks are in town, searching for the cure. And his girlfriend questions why he won't answer his phone, he don't try. He says he doesn't care enough. And all my life I've had to question why am I alive? And what's the point of trying? And all my days spent chasing after faith. Old men preach to stay the course, so you'll catch fire, 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 fire. And his eyes are open wide, paralyzed from the thought he might die without ever knowing love. The people standing by, stepping over his corpse to save time, they know he's better than he shows. And all my life I've had to question why am I alive? And what's the point of trying? And all my days spent chasing after faith. Old men preach to stay the course, so you'll catch fire, 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 fire. No, 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 I don't want none. 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 In all my life I've had to question why am I alive? And what's the point of trying? And all my days spent chasing after faith. Old men preach to stay the course, so you'll catch fire, 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 fire.
That was Fire by Tim Davis. So Tim, we're really happy to have you back.
Thank you.
Tim's one of our favorite guests that we've had from last season, so we're very excited about having him here
Nice
today.
of you to say.
And Fire is Erin's favourite song.
It is my
Thank
favorite
you.
one of your songs.
That's probably one of the most requested songs that I ever get. I played a gig last night in Santa Monica, and they, the guys that invite me out, they all started singing Fire when I walked into the room. And they're like, "You got to play it, man!" So it was the last song I played, and it usually shuts the venue down a little bit. Like everyone gets kind of quiet and listens closely to it. So it's a great song to close with and open. So
It's awesome. So what's been going on since the last time we saw you?
a lot. I've really gotten into co-writing with other artists, and I used to book artists at the Parlor when they were still doing their Saturday night songwriter night at the Parlor in Hollywood, and so I met a lot of artists through that, and then through the open mics that I play. I've connected with a lot of great musicians, and we've been writing songs and taking care of all the copyright material and trying to push it out. And then I also recently started managing a recording studio in North Hollywood.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's a cool experience. It's a bit difficult to get people into the studio when it's brand new and not yet established. So, and there's studios all over the place, but it's a great studio, great equipment, great engineers. So it's been fun to work with everyone and being that.
And an amazing manager.
I try. I try. I have a business and I have a degree in business management, so you would think that I know something, but well, give me a few months. Give me a few months, and we'll see if I actually get something done there. Yeah, just recently started at that studio. Other than that, finishing up an album too.
And Alaska.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
get to Alaska.
Yeah, my dad's up there every now and then. He tries to get up there during the summers, and so when he's up there, it's a perfect excuse for me to sneak up there and
What part of
hang out.
Alaska is in?
It's a little tiny town, 200 people.
Oh, wow.
You can only
That
get
is
there.
tiny.
You can only get there by plane or boat. They haven't built any roads to it yet. They probably never will because there's a huge mountain range there, and so it's called Seldovia. It's just a little secret place in Alaska, and it's gorgeous. It's right on the water and pristine wilderness.
This is so strange.
It
'cause
is
last
really
week
weird, yeah.
we had a musician in who is from Alaska, from a
Yeah.
town called Nome,
Uh,
and he said the exact same thing. Like, you can only get to it by plane or boat.
But his town was much bigger. It had 13,000 people,
Mhm.
so that's
But
Yeah.
considerably bigger than
It
where
knows
you're
a little
going.
bigger.
we were surprised at 13,000 people. We're like,
Yeah.
that's tiny, but 200.
I think Nome's like right on the western border, pretty close to Russia, right? And
I don't
it's
know.
right on the ocean, so I think it's kind of like a stopping off point for ships that are
For the Russians.
for the Russians.
I wonder if they got good vodka then in Nome.
They probably do.
Probably do.
Get through those cold winters.
Yeah.
That's right.
So did you do a lot of songwriting when you were in Alaska?
I usually do a lot of songwriting, and I didn't do as much as I normally do. I only worked on one song, and it's been like the most difficult song for me to write because it's just a ton of movement on the fretboard, and my voice is doing a ton of stuff that's not following what I'm doing on the guitar. So it's a very complicated and hard song to write, but it's getting there. It's probably going to be one of the better songs I've ever written. But it did start in Alaska, and it might end in Alaska next
Have you
year,
finished it
next
yet?
summer. No, I've gotten close, but it still needs some work.
Are you going to call it Alaska?
No, what am I going to call it? Her, probably. I don't know. It's kind of like a pop country type song,
Oh, cool.
which I'm starting to write more of actually.
Oh, sweet.
Moving away from folk, I guess.
So, new album, you were saying?
Yeah. I'm. It's been a labor of love. Haven't poured too much money in it. Just mostly working on it with friends at home, and then in other studios. I brought a couple of good mix engineers in on it, and it'll be 12, 13 songs, and we'll be finished recording and mixing within by the end of next week, and then we'll have it mastered.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So very soon.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
exciting.
Congratulations.
Yeah, finally have something to give to people. Thank you. you very much.
So, do you want to play us a song from this new album?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, what song would you like to play?
Let's do The Only.
The Only.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's do that.
Well, there you are, folks. This is Tim Davis, and this is The Only.
Put your head on my chest. I need you to not forget that every pounding beat speaks out to you from me, that you are the only, that you are the only. Remember when we first met, we had the same thing in our heads, that I'm a broken soul, and I've been waiting to let you know that you are the only, you are my only, the only girl I'll ever know who still looks sad when she smiles, the only girl I'll ever need, because oh my God when she smiles, oh my God when she smiles. Put your head on my chest, we can wake up when we feel like it, and let's kick off these sheets, the bed's filled with our body heat, 'cause you are the only, you are my only. Once we planned it all out, the future looks so much better now. We were both so young, had no idea what we were running from. But you are the only, you are my only, the only girl I'll ever know who still looks sad when she smiles, the only girl I'll ever need, because oh my God when she smiles, oh my God when she smiles. Put your head on my chest, put your head on my chest. Remember when we first met, we had the same thing in our heads, that I'm a broken soul.
That was The Only by Tim Davis, and we're back for our garden sessions. This is our what? Our third garden session? Fourth garden
Fourth
session.
garden session, however many you've seen, it's that number. Just trust me, you know it. So Tim, tell us about The Only. What was going on when you wrote that?
I mean, The Only is, I don't know, I didn't have anybody particular in mind. I just, I liked the thought of being able to call someone like the only person that makes you feel a certain way, or the only person that's meant for you, or just that I like the idea that there's one person meant for you, whether or not you find them or not. So that idea was just...
Whether or not you find them or not, that's interesting.
Yeah. So
if you never find them, you
They
haven't
are out
found-
there.
They are out there.
well, that's I think that's a common belief under the premise that there's like reincarnation, where you have multiple chances to find a person. But I just like the idea. Whether or not it's true is another issue.
I found mine.
There she
Aw,
is.
babe.
Oh, isn't that cute?
He's very
That
sweet
is cute.
sometimes.
Sometimes not. Well, I thought the song was great.
Thank you.
I thought it sounded really good.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tim always sounds great.
Yeah, it is very true.
Yeah.
It's hard not to sound good if you are Tim.
Oh, man, thank you. That'll probably be the first music video we do for the album.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, find a girl that the song says "Put your head on my chest," so there'll have to be a bunch of scenes where we're standing and she puts her head on my chest, or
Oh, I
we're
was
laying on the
imagining you
couch.
guys like shirtless in bed.
Oh yeah,
You put
that's
your head
that's a
on
possibility
Sounds
for the
great,
video.
You'll have to go to casting for that. though.
Absolutely,
Make sure
I need to
make
be
sure you cast the right
involved in
girl.
the casting.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think you need to go to casting. You were just telling me about your living situation.
What's your living
Dad,
situation?
check this out.
I live with my sister,
Okay.
and then we have another roommate who's an actress,
Okay.
and then across the hall are two of our good friends. So it's kind of like the TV show Friends, because they're literally right across the hall.
Okay.
And one of them is a model, and the other one's a nanny. So I have 4 women
The
around.
nanny.
Does she look after you?
She's
is there
very
a
caring
kindergarten
and-
teacher next door and a nun on the other side? 'Cause then you'll just have everything.
I know, right?
And
So-
a lesbian across the hall.
It's a very, very mixed building. We all get along though. It's great. But yeah, so I live basically with 4 women, and the perks are great. They're always making food and giving me their extra food, and
Someone wash your clothes?
they'll like move my laundry to the dryer or move it to my room.
That's the good way to start.
Yeah.
It's a good way.
I need to train them into doing everything for me. No, it's really nice. I have no complaints, and they're all very chill. None of the crazy girl drama that can go on in other apartments. So it's a
You've
good
got to hear
situation.
all sorts of stories, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's no filter when it comes to. I'm like one of the girls essentially. They've gotten me to watch Sex and the City and stuff. They caught me one time watching Sex and the City by myself, which was really embarrassing.
God.
One of them walked in and I was like, "Yeah, you caught me. This is happening. I'm
This is
watching
it.
Sex and the
I'm
City
in.
right
Are
now."
they painting your toenails yet, though?
No.
No.
All right, that's good.
Makeup and
Next week.
toenails is not allowable ever.
It's after you finish all of the seasons of Sex and the City.
Yeah, I've watched sadly a lot, but in defense of watching Sex and the City, you really get a glimpse into the psyche of women, like how they approach dating and relationships. I think more men should watch it because they'll understand women a lot better.
I don't think I'm ever going to watch that show. So
Well,
I've
it's
got a
also
problem
on-
with that show.
I don't think it's on Netflix, is it?
Thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, I think you can TiVo or something.
I'll just listen to Tim Dawson.
But you got to think also,
I'll
these
give
are
you
not,
I'll
they're
give you
not
the
real
clip
women.
notes.
They're not real women, Tim. So don't treat women as though they're Carrie Bradshaw
Okay.
or Samantha. 'Cause they're
That's
gonna
good advice
disappoint
because that's
you.
exactly what I do.
They're
right
gonna
now.
disappoint you. You're just like categorizing like you're Carrie, you're Samantha, you're Miranda.
They did try to like represent all of the different types of women in those few characters, though, right? This is not a show about Sex and the City, so should we should probably move on.
So, actually, before you got here, when you first got here, you were telling us that there's one song that you have a good story about that you want to talk about.
Yeah, it's called "I Will Remember," and I don't know if it's a good story. It's just kind of weird. I was living in my apartment in Hollywood at the time, and I was binge watching Netflix. I was binge watching That 70s Show, which
Okay.
is one of my favorite TV shows. And the show starts with them, all the characters are a lot younger, and it starts with them going through high school, and then they go into college, and then at the end of the TV show, the series, they all go their separate ways. But I binge watched the whole thing within like a few days. So like it's like 7 or 8 seasons. It was some ungodly number, and so I got super emotionally invested. Like
Right.
my mind was always on that TV show and on those characters for that amount of time. And so when it got to the very last episode, I was really sad because everyone was going their ways, and at the end of the last episode of a TV series, like it's usually kind of emotional. They do flashbacks, so I was really saddened by the end of this TV show, and it's a great program. And so I wrote the song "I Will Remember" with respect to the end of that. And so the song is just about like the end of anything great,
Right.
situation in your life, but it was written specifically about that 70s show. And the
Wow.
episode, yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're gonna have to hear it after that.
Absolutely, yeah. I can take care of that.
So there you have it. It's I Will Remember.
moment of sadness when it's all over. Oh, how beautiful it's been. You say that you want it to start all over, to relive it all again. But time is a bastard and he's a bully, and he only takes away our moments in memory set to fire on nostalgic empty days. And I will remember how it felt to live, to be the lucky ones to share with you like this. And I will remember how it felt to be a part of everything that matters to me, that matters to me. Well, I am the remnant and I am the product of a nearly fatal past. The Reaper will tell you that I've been wild, and I'll be worthy of my death. But you are a dreamer and a bit of a schemer, looking for the easy way. Hoping to land us both in twilight, in the thick of happier days. And I will remember how it felt to live, to be the lucky ones to share with you like this. And I will remember how it felt to be a part of everything that matters to me, that matters to me. To me, we're in that moment of sadness when it's all over and the emptiness sets in. The space in my chest has opened up now, and I'm forgetting all of this. And I will remember how it felt to live, to be the lucky ones to share with you like this. And I will remember how it felt to be a part of everything that matters to me, that matters to me. I'm in that moment of sadness when it's all over. Oh, how beautiful it's been.
So that was I Will Remember, and we got Tim Davis in the Garden Sessions today. So Tim, that was an amazing song,
Thank you.
and I don't think anyone would ever suspect that it was about that 70s show.
Yeah, I mean, it's I love the show, and I guess people ought to know that by now.
It was a touching moment for you, wasn't it, when you wrote that song?
It was. I was an emotional wreck.
What got you the most? Saying goodbye to which character?
It was the relationship between Donna, I don't know the actress's name, and then Topher Grace, which is Eric. So Donna and Eric. Okay. That's like the main romance in the show.
The red-haired girl?
The red-haired girl.
Okay, yeah.
And then I actually saw Topher Grace a couple months ago in a Ralph's.
Oh,
in
wow.
Hollywood, yeah.
Did you run up and start singing?
I wanted to. I figured he wouldn't like that much, but yeah, I that experience also brought back fun memories of the show. And
Did you go back and watch some of the show after that?
I didn't. No,
No.
I couldn't handle that.
I'm wondering what you're going to do at the end of Sex and the City.
Have you got to the end of that yet?
No, I haven't watched that in order. It's all
okay,
been like
okay.
just recorded from TV.
It's a
so
pretty
whatever
happy
episodes
ending.
show. Is it?
Yeah, it's a pretty happy ending.
I'm sure they get married or whatever.
So
Or they end up together.
make a couple of movies. They're done.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't seen the second movie yet.
So anyway,
So
and
that
that Sex
song-
and the City's pulling us back
I
in.
know, I can't believe that.
But that song I will remember is going on the new album.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
And
It's a little more produced. So it has some drums on it, some keys, some synths, a few different guitar parts and drums. So it's and I did all the production. So if it's awful, then I have myself to blame. But I think it sounds pretty good. Yeah.
I'm finding it hard to, and I'm very interested to hear you with a band behind you because we're just used to.
Yeah,
sit with Tim.
everyone's
Yeah.
used to hearing me just play acoustic. I've only played a couple shows where I've had, a bass player and like a cajon player. So anything beyond that is kind of foreign to anybody. I finished up a song with a producer friend called "I Would." I think I played it on a previous episode, and it's a rock song, but everyone's only heard it with guitar and vocals, acoustic guitar and vocals, and so it's definitely a blown out rock song now. We have a bunch of different guitar parts and bass and drums and vocal harmonies all over the place. So it's a cool song, and when people hear it, they're like, "Wow, it's huge, explosive." It's so I think some of my stuff lends itself well to being produced. Some of it just needs to stay acoustic, and this album is mostly acoustic, but there are a few produced elements to it as well.
Well, I gotta say that's really cool and rare that you recognize the difference because I think a lot of artists think that they just need to have everything really produced or just
Yeah.
have everything just acoustic, and it's
Yeah.
cool that you're able to mix it up.
Yeah, I think it's a misconception that everything needs to be have tons of instruments and tons of production in order to merit getting any attention. And while a lot of popular songs on the radio are produced, you can't have that as your intention. You got to be true to whatever type of music you actually write. So that's the type of music I write.
So, okay, I think your voice is great, but when you sung with band, does your voice change at all? Do you get a bit more rocky?
I think
does it bring it out in you?
Yeah, I mean, whenever there's a drummer and there's a beat and there's energy behind it, I think my voice probably reflects that. I'm not really sure how the intonation changes, but I'm sure I have a little more energy and a little more attack to what I do.
Have you ever tried fire with a full band?
I have. I've played it with a bass player and a cajon player, and that really heats it up by itself.
Yeah.
But I'm about to get into the studio with another producer. It's going to be fairly simple. I mean, we're going to have drums and bass and lead guitar on it, but it's not going to be beyond that. It's not going to be too overly produced, but it's going to be, it's a solid song on its own.
Oh, it's amazing.
With acoustics. So adding those elements, I think, will really complement it.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, I can just imagine him singing the no, no, no. I see you getting really into that with the drummer behind you.
Yeah, the bridge. Yeah. Thank you.
So, what other songs are you going to listen to today?
I think we have. What other songs do we have on the list?
We got "In the Stars" on the list.
"In the Stars" is a great song. It's a breakup song, so we can mellow out a little bit. It's a hopeful breakup song. So
I hope. Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
I have to say, we were listening to some of the songs before we started the show today, and I did have to say to Tim, have you been through a breakup recently?
It happens, yeah. It's very rare that you actually find a person you can stay with for a long time. Like, I'm jealous of you guys. But, yeah, breakups happen. They happen to
do
me.
happen.
So,
They
I
happen
guess
to all
I
of
guess
us.
you'll hear some of that. It wasn't bad, though. Was
It
it?
wasn't.
Was
Yeah.
it a hopeful breakup?
It was a hopeful breakup. I wish her the best.
That's the best kind.
Yeah.
You still in touch?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
That's the best.
Don't
Usually-
give him anything. This is where Phil tries to get as much information as he can to try and make you really uncomfortable. So just don't give him
So-
anything.
I'll keep a leash on it.
So was it like a mutual breakup or?
Yeah.
It
yeah,
was?
Definitely need to go both our own ways. handle our lives different ways.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. The show is over for you.
So I think we're gonna have to hear that song.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, it's called In the Stars.
If it were written in the stars that your heart would break my heart, I'd find God's mighty pen and rewrite the stars again for you and I to survive, to be with you every night. But it's not what you want, and it kills me inside. But I wish for you love and a full heart like you've given me. I wish for you love and a full life, the stuff made of your dreams. I wish for you love. I wish for you love. And so I sit back and I think, does she ever think of me? That I'm tortured and afraid, and I wake up each day with your ghost by my side. She won't let me feel alive, just plays with my soul, and it makes me wanna die. But I wish for you love, a full heart like you've given me. I wish for you love and a full life, the stuff made of your dreams. I wish for you love. I wish for you love. You know, I'm puzzled and I'm hurt that the best thing in my world could be gone just like that. My very favorite girl. I wish for you love and a full heart like you've given me. I wish for you love and a full life, the stuff made of your dreams. I wish for you love. I wish for you love. It must be written in the stars that your heart would break my heart.
So that was In the Stars about Tim's breakup.
Yeah.
So any other ones on the scene right now?
Any other what?
Girls on the scene right
Any
now?
other girls?
Any other breakup songs?
Scene right now? All that?
No, I've kind of purposely gotten myself so busy to the point that I don't think a girl would want to deal with me not having enough time for her. So
He's got Sex in the City. What does he need to?
I
I got Sex in the City if I ever need,
And he's
The
surrounded by
illusion of a
4
relationship.
Yeah,
girls.
exactly. Yeah. Well, he's literally surrounded by 4 girls, but then he's got 4 girls in Sex in the City too. So.
Yeah.
He's got 8 in total.
Well, one of them's his sister. So that
Yeah.
doesn't
This
really
is true. We got 7 in total.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And most of the co-writes I do are with other talented musicians, female musicians. So,
So even more
I have,
women
I have
in the mix.
a ton of women in my life. None romantic whatsoever. But
I've got enough.
that's okay with me. That's enough estrogen to hold me over.
So, any interesting co-writing song sessions you've had lately?
Yeah, actually, one of the songs I played was from a co-writing session with a friend of mine. Her name's Anastasia Kassar, and she's got a great voice, and we've just been doing a bunch of co-writes for the purpose of getting her an EP together, so we can, once we're finished, co-writing 4, 5, 6 songs. We finished 3 so far. We'll get her into the studio and have the songs go on.
So, is
her
she going to
EP.
sing on that on your album?
The song I sang is called Boxing Shadows. You guys really liked it.
Yeah.
When I played it for you before, and it's about her breakup. It's about a guy that she recently had a relationship with, and so I with a lot of artists that I bring in, I sit down with them and I come up with a chord progression, and then I take lyrics that they have or an idea that they have, and then I just kind of draw out words and phrases that work cohesively, and then I fill it into the song structure, and so that the song "Boxing Shadows," which I'll play, is an example of a song that I co-wrote
Okay,
with Anastasia.
And
Yeah.
it's about her breakup.
It's about her breakup.
Wow!
Yeah.
This is awesome. Yeah, but I bet when she came with that idea, I bet you were like, "I'm the man for this right
Yeah.
now."
I am.
Well, that's interesting because lately he's doing breakup songs, but he also has his side business where he does wedding songs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just the
We were
relationship
talking
man.
about this last time, weren't we?
Yeah.
That you needed to write breakup songs.
Yeah.
We were talking about
Yeah.
that.
I guess I do that through co-writes.
Wow.
Helping people bring out their
You should
Emotional.
advertise that on your website, like your
Yeah.
as a side service.
as breakup songs. Yeah. When your relationship
If
fails,
it doesn't go
keep
so
my
well,
card. Give me a
half
call.
off the next song.
I'll turn your words and your pain into something beautiful.
Something someone else can enjoy.
So here you go. This is Tim Davis, Boxing Shadows.
Out of the old, in comes the new. When our eyes met, it was like we both knew what to do in the beginning. Came on so strong, but then you turned away. And you had me thinking all night long. It's like I'm boxing shadows somewhere in my mind. I don't know why I keep fighting these demons inside and saying everything works out just fine. I think I'm fooling myself. She's not coming back this time. She's not coming back. I think I care too much. Since when is that a crime? I won't apologize for speaking my mind. And when I lay it out and you say it's just fine, I know I'll fake it. See, let me disconnect our ties. It's like I'm boxing shadows somewhere in my mind. I don't know why I keep fighting these demons inside and saying everything works out just fine. I think I'm fooling myself. She's not coming back this time. She's not coming back. I think I care too much. I think I care too much.
So that was Boxing Shadows, and we're back in the garden sessions with Tim Davis.
Yeah.
That song was awesome.
Thank you.
Even the great and powerful Oz behind the camera said that he thinks that is now his favourite song.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, it took on a life of its own once we kind of got the story figured out, like the song structure, and then she helped out a lot with the vocal arrangement, and turned into a great song. I think I might put it on my own project, make it
Yeah.
a single or something like that as well. Just because it's a great song.
It is a great song.
Thank you.
Did she feel better about the breakup afterwards?
I think, it's cathartic whenever you write about that type of stuff. So I think she really did feel good about it. At least since the relationship failed, at least she could, something
It's like a type of
productive comes out of
therapy.
it. It is, yeah.
Yeah, so you could advertise on your website.
Yeah.
Tim's therapy.
Yeah. So it's the wedding songs, or if it doesn't work out, then it's the therapy. Do a breakup song.
But I don't think he's going to get many people hiring him after that
No.
for the wedding songs, because it's like, this guy is like dooming us already. so hold on. I'll put that in my breakup notepad. Well, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just going to put that in there now because that's
It'll
some
be
good.
good.
Yeah,
It'll be good lyrics for when we break up.
Well, maybe not for the same customers. Maybe these are for different customers.
Yeah.
So
I gotta
maybe-
market it. I gotta
Yeah,
market it
like
away
maybe
from
the
those people.
wedding
Yeah.
customers are coming to him, and then it's breakup people coming to him separately.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And on these wedding songs, you went to South Carolina, didn't you? And played a wedding song.
Yeah, I actually wrote a wedding song for one of my best friends from high school, and we ever since high school, we haven't really lived in the same place, but we've stayed really close ever since that time. And he and his fiancée got engaged. He was on the military base in North Carolina. He's a Green Beret, and he's just went to Japan to serve and protect. And but him and his wife got married a couple months ago in South Carolina, in Charleston. That's on the coast, right? Yeah, Charleston. And so while I was out there, I played a few gigs, and one gig led to another, and I got to meet a ton of really talented musicians and really cool folks in Charleston. And then at the wedding, I performed the song that I wrote for them as their wedding gift as their first song. So they liked it so much that they decided to make that their first song instead of using somebody else's, and I felt really honored about that. And sang it live at their event on the beach, and it was cool.
That's really
That's
cool.
awesome.
Good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
I really
Yeah.
love that you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Tim's softness side. What are you going to do when you get married?
She'll probably be sick of my stuff. She'll probably request that I don't play anything at the wedding. This isn't about you. This is about me.
Yeah, it's my day. You're just here for it.
Phil wrote me a song for our wedding. It was very sweet. It was his
Yeah.
speech. Yeah.
Oh, it was really.
Yeah, I did my
Yeah.
wedding speech.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Wow.
Did you record it?
We
I've
have
got
a-
the days recorded. I never recorded
Yeah.
it properly. No,
Okay.
Just got the days recorded.
You could change some of it and
Yeah.
record it.
Why didn't you like some parts?
No.
Oh,
But
it's
you
coming
mentioned
out
it.
In a,
how much is it for all
No,
those breakup
because
songs?
he mentions a bunch of our wedding guests in the song.
Okay.
And if he records it, it's not really going to make sense to anyone who wasn't at our wedding
make it
and
more
doesn't know
commercial.
who the guests are.
We had to do we had to go to England and do another wedding party, and I had to play it again as a speech in England, but none of those, only one person from the original song was there from
Yeah.
America, so I had to rewrite everybody in it.
Giving you a lot of work.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was there for like a good time.
Yeah. Writing a bunch of lyrics right before you go on.
But it was a great song, and it was really, really sweet.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
But now I know that you do it. You're a professional, so I can't play it for you.
Yeah. Well, you gotta.
You can use it for inspiration
I
because
do
he
need
hears
some
what an actual
inspiration.
groom says to his bride.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
That is a great source of information.
Let me sit down and work this out, all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you've got some more songs for us to listen to today.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite type of songs to write, isn't a traditional commercial type of song. It's more of a story, and so I like to write not in the traditional verse chorus bridge chorus fashion, but just a straight out story from verse, just diving through. Trying to take people on a journey within 2 or 3 minutes. And so one of my favorite songs in that vein that I've written is called The Neighbor Kid.
Okay.
And I guess you get a glimpse into kind of the 6 stories that go on in my head. I ran with it. I came up with the first few words, and then I ran with it. And it turned into this story. So
All I can say is no longer got any neighbour kids living next door to him.
no.
But that's why I think these storytelling in songs and stuff, I remember when I first heard you, and I always said that you reminded me of like the New Age of Simon and Garfunkel.
Thank you. I'll take that compliment for sure.
And I think it's down to your storytelling.
Yeah,
in
it's
songs,
also
'cause
got like a kind of like old Irish folk music thing going on with like a full story.
Yeah, I love that type of music. Yeah, I love it.
So here you go. It's Tim Davis. It's The Neighbour Kid.
They hung the neighbor kid last night for fooling with the preacher's wife. It seems some men grow angry at the thought of losing what they think to own, another woman and her soul. And if you ask, it's sanctioned by the law. This neighbor kid was not so tough. In fact, all he wanted was to feel loved, a feeling that he wasn't raised to know. across the chapel every week. Her soft blue eyes and cherry cheeks were all the preacher needed to fill his soul. A dangerous thing to have around is an angry woman, bitter and proud. She thought the preacher man should dearly pay. And knowing how the poor boy felt, she had him over and under her spell. Seduced the neighbor kid and sealed his fate. The preacher man came walking in with two other men who were her kin. And panicked, she abandoned her resolve. Said he had forced himself on her in the preacher's home before the Lord, and all his contestations were ignored. Standing on the platform with the noose around his neck, they asked him if he'd anything to say. With weakened voice and tear-filled eyes, he said, I'm too young, I don't want to die. Still haven't found the love I'm searching for. They hung the neighbor kid last night for fooling with the preacher's wife. It seems some men grow angry at the thought.
So that was the neighbor kid, and it was the neighbor kid. So the neighbor kid is no more.
Yeah,
according
it
to
was
that
the
song.
neighbor kid. Yeah, it's
You're sick.
No, I love writing tragedies. I write a lot of tragedies. I think I played a song on one of your previous episodes called "The Songbird." I'm not sure if you remember that, but it's about two little birds and one of the that are in love, and then one of them goes off looking for things to build their home, and she makes a wrong turn, and the farmer driving down the road accidentally hits her with his truck.
I do remember the song, yes.
Very sad song. But once again, I think music is a huge form of catharsis, especially for me, so that's how I write.
You seem like such a happy guy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it must be working.
I get all the emotion out so I can be happy the rest of the time.
It's stressful.
Just let it spill into these songs so everyone else can be miserable while I'm living the life.
So you got some gigs coming up, haven't you?
Yeah, I'll be playing at the Craftsman probably I think it's the last Tuesday of this month.
Right.
And that's supposed to be some sort of big Halloween party there, I think. And then I'll be
Isn't that
playing.
next Tuesday?
Is that next Tuesday?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure.
Let me just check the date
It
on
is.
this for you.
It is the last Tuesday of the month, next Tuesday.
Yeah,
So that is the 28th.
yeah,
So everyone get yourself down there.
that is it.
October 28th. What
Santa
time?
Monica.
I'll be there. Usually starts at 9:30. I usually go on at about 10:30, I
Santa Monica, the Craftsman,
think.
next Tuesday. See you next Tuesday.
Yeah. And then I'll be playing at Room 5, which is a Friday night, December 12th. And it'll be my sister and I will be performing. And so we're going to be working up and finishing an EP this next month in November.
And that's a separate project.
It's a
from-
separate project. Me and my sister have a little duo that we do together, and it's a lot of fun. She has a great voice, and we do songs that are specific about our childhood and growing up and
That's
stuff.
cool.
So it's a fun time. We'll have a couple people backing us up, a cajon player and a bass player, maybe some keys.
Are you guys working on some songs right now about Sex and the City?
We're not. I hope Sex and the City never actually makes it into my songwriting, but there's always that chance. I don't know if I inundate myself in it enough. It'll probably happen. But no, she and I haven't been really writing a whole lot lately. I've actually been turning some of my previous songs that I wrote a long time ago that I've never really put out, turning them into duets.
Oh, that's cool.
And so there's a song called "Let's Just Fall in Love" that I used to sing all the time when I'd gig out, and I don't sing it much anymore, but it's a great song, so I figured I may as well turn it into a duet. And it actually works perfectly as a duet. You split it into a guy part and a girl part, and it's perfect. But yeah, most of the songs I write are about heartbreak. I think the next one I'm going to play is definitely about heartbreak. It's about infidelity. It's about a guy and a girl who are in a relationship with different people, and they meet each other and starts cheating on their significant others. And it's about being in that vulnerable, middle space where you're tempted into making a decision, and you actually have to cross that line, and it's in that moment. So the song is called Weaker.
Did you? Has any of this happened to you?
None of that
Are you
has
a
happened to
mystery
me.
man?
I'm
Tim the mystery man.
I'm a very faithful person, so I've never cheated, and but it's cathartic to think about it, to think about the possibility or how you might feel if someone you really care about actually did the deed, and so that's how the song arose, is just imagining in my head what it would feel like and how painful it would be, and the actual moment that you would actually cross over into that space and do it. So it's all about battling your temptations, I guess.
Well, I guess we have to hear it now then.
And the song's called?
It's called Weaker.
I love her and you love him. It was easier than before we met. And though faith was promised to our loves, somehow one night it was just the two of us. Then you bite your lip and you tell me to sit. Your hair's in your face, so I brush it away. I know what I'm not, but your skin is so soft. The heat from your breath will push me over the edge. I'm weaker than I thought. Weaker than I thought. It's torture now from both sides to not be with you, to sell my lies. And she feels it as I drift away. I try to end it with you, but every time I go to say, you bite your lip and you tell me to sit. Your hair's in your face, so I brush it away. I know what I'm not, but your skin is so soft. The heat from your breath will push me over the edge. I'm weaker than I thought. I'm weaker than I thought. If I could love you both, split myself in two, we'd go our separate ways to fight. I never loved you, but since we're still in love with the ones we've held this from, we'll try to keep this going, pretend nothing's gone wrong, 'cause nothing goes wrong until you bite your lip and you tell me to sit. Your hair's in your face, so I brush it away. know what I'm not, but your skin is so soft. The heat from your breath will push me over the edge. I'm weaker than I thought. I'm weaker than I thought. I'm weaker than I thought.
So, do you want to close it with one more song?
Yeah, this one it's a good song to end on. It's a hopeful song. It's about looking forward into the future with a sense of hope and love. It's called A Rising Star, and it's just meant to inspire people to move past their challenges and any difficulties they've had and look at the future with hope.
And that's what you are. A rising
Yeah,
star.
I was thought I might be the one that's going to be that cheesy.
Yeah, only today.
Thank you. Thank you.
But it's been amazing having you in the studio.
Yeah, thank
or
you so
actually
much.
in the garden.
Yeah,
We love having you here.
yeah, this is a great concept. I love being in the garden.
So you're going to come back for the last show?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll plan on it.
Are we telling people about
It's
that?
in my calendar.
Okay.
Well, we just have.
Okay.
So last show is going to be definitely interesting. Tim's going to be here. That's how special it's going to be. So anyway, I'm Phil.
And I'm Erin. This is Heartbeat of a Planet, and this is Timothy Davis.
Thanks so much,
Great to
Tim.
be here. Thank you.
I am here, sweet little thing, amid the chaos and the fear that life brings. I see the present, it looms like a cloud. We sit in silence, can't make a sound. Behind my eyes, there is a scene, the likes of which I never dared to dream. Your heart divided, can barely stand. I am beside you, and I've got your hand. Look out ahead, between the mountains, a rising star. Look out ahead, between the mountains, a rising star. The rising sun, the rising sun. I am new to this old game, but I can look at you and say I'm not afraid. You are a part of who I am, so you'll be cherished until my end. Look out ahead, between the mountains, a rising star. Look out ahead, between the mountains, a rising star. The rising sun, the rising sun. Look out ahead, between the mountains, a rising star. Look out ahead, between the mountains, a rising star.
This is the KXSR Digital Broadcast Network.